back to Tune In at 2. My name's Amelia, and today what we're going to talk about is a little bit special because this room is actually behind the scenes at the zoo, so it's not something you can see every day when you come visit. And it's a little bit different than what we've been talking about because this is one of the few amphibian species that Sunset Zoo houses. These guys are the Puerto Rican Crested Toad. And just like their name says, they are from Puerto Rico, and these guys are critically endangered. So that's really the last step on the ladder before extinction. And so Sunset Zoo is actually one of about 20 zoos in the nation that not only houses these guys, but we also breed them every year. And then we take their tadpoles and we ship them over to Puerto Rico where they get released into the wild. So that's a really important conservation project for these guys that we are lucky enough to be a part of. So that breeding season starts around September officially. We breed 2 pairs of toads, and 1 pair of toads can easily lay well over 7,000 eggs. So that's a lot of eggs, and ideally about 1/3 of those will live into adulthood. So with 2 pairs at each zoo and about 20 zoos doing it every year, that's a lot of tadpoles that are being released into the wild in Puerto Rico, which is really great. But unfortunately, these guys have a lot of things working against them in the wild. Not only climate change and water quality change, but there's also an invasive species called the cane toad that is much larger than these guys, and so they're taking up habitat, they're taking up food sources, and they've also been known to eat these guys. They are carnivorous, so really hurting these guys in the wild. And then of course the last few years Puerto Rico has also suffered hurricanes and an earthquake, and so that's been really hard on not only the people that live there, but the animals that live there as well. So unfortunately, because of those things happening so recently, we really don't know how their population is doing in the wild. We don't know specifically what that number is, but AZA zoos and others are still breeding and releasing and really working to stop these guys from going extinct. So if you want to take a look, there are quite a few toads hanging out with us right now. They are separated in tanks between males and females, and this tank over here, every time we breed, we save a few tadpoles, we keep them here with us, and we raise them into adulthood. And so those guys were born at the end of 2018. So if you notice, they're quite a bit smaller than the others. They are definitely not full grown. They're really tiny, really cute. Those are some of our little guys. And when they grow up and get full grown and sexually mature, they will be put into the breeding program as well. And some of them might stay here and some of them might go to other facilities and breed there. And that helps keep the gene pool really diverse, and it makes it so that we are releasing healthy populations into the wild. The world is in what a lot of scientists refer to as an amphibian crisis. Out of all the species in the world that are endangered, about 80% of them are actually amphibians, and most people have never even heard of a lot of those amphibians that are going extinct, and we don't know about it. And out of all strictly just amphibian species, about 40% of those populations are declining, not increasing like we would like them to. And that really is just attributed to climate change and human encroachment, and these guys rely so heavily on their environment, both for food and for temperature and water quality, that they're having a really hard time adjusting to the changes. The world is changing faster than they can adapt, and so it's being really hard on them, and amphibians are a huge cornerstone of the ecosystem, and if we lose amphibians, that's going to have huge side effects that really we can't even guess what they are yet. So it's really important that these guys get our love and respect and protection just as much as any other species. So that's what zoos are here to do. We're here to conserve all animals and educate you guys about those projects. So I hope you learned something today and that you check in with us again tomorrow for another Tune In at 2. Bye.